Recording in progress.
Welcome, everyone, to another Medicine Buddha. Hello, hello. I am Eli Ryn. I use all pronouns. We have Karen on tech today. And thank you all for coming to a community-led Medicine Buddha sit. Lama Rod is on his winter break, and then Eric is on retreat. So that means you get me and Karen today. Um, and I'm delighted to be here with you on the last sit for this particular session of 2024. We are on the last new moon of the year as well, the black moon. Um, I, if you were in Ma Harriet yesterday, sorry for some repetition, but I'm thinking of the same stuff. We're only one day later. But I've been thinking about the new moon and that period post solstice. Um, and on the Underground Railroad, historically, like from the beginning of December through the end is like the busiest time for like liberation journeys for traveling really far. So someone like Harriet Tubman ushering folks to freedom from the South up north would happen mostly in the winter, in the deep winter. And that's because there's a lot more darkness. The nights are so long up until the solstice, the longest night, and you have a lot less people on the roads, a lot of cover, along with very harsh conditions. And I was just thinking and wanted to bring y'all into just a little daydreaming with me of what that night sky would look like, the new moon, when, electricity wasn't as electricity as it is now, right? There's not as many lights in the skies. How that
Oh, okay.
sky would have
We,
looked
yeah.
when lit up with all those stars without the moon there, because the new moon means we can't see it in the sky. So all of those stars so brightly, and the North Star is one that they followed very often, as many different cultures of wayfinders follow the North Star for different things. And so just thinking of like a big open sky above us today, no matter where we are, and imagining it full of stars, maybe one shining brighter than the others. And today, just from this spacious beginning, from the idea of an open sky, we'll just gently glide into practice together. If ever anything feels like you need to take a break, leave, come back, I hope you feel comfortable to do so. And I hope you feel like you can come back to this sky. No matter what we're doing, there's always some space to lean into. And on this new moon in Capricorn too, which is my sign, I kind of come alive. And so I feel very like alive in my grief, alive in my medicine Buddha energy. And so I am looking forward to and grateful for being able to do this practice with y'all, whether it's your first time or your, thousandth time, somewhere in between or beyond even. I To me, this space is a place to come, slow down, and to ask myself the simple questions that need to be asked. You know, how am I feeling right now? What do I need? What care might help me heal? Those are kind of the grounding guides for my practice. Ah, Venus and Jupiter are visible in the sky this evening. That's lovely. And so we'll move through mantras, we'll move through a little singing because I'm here, we'll sing together a little bit. But really, the hope is that we can kind of tap into that healing energy that Medicine Buddha provides for us. That kind of For me, thinking of all these different Buddhas feels like trying to uh, find the different parts of me that I feel hard to connect with, having some sort of external thing to bounce off of and to try on like a little mask, you know? You can think of it as simple as like dress up as a kid. Sometimes when I'm feeling like everything's too much and, the serious practice is just making me more serious in my head or crunchy, or maybe I feel a lot of overwhelming feelings. It can be helpful to just remember this can be play. We can just put on the medicine Buddha like a pretty cape, like a 5-year-old putting on like a deep blue cape, right? That's the color of the medicine Buddha. And running around and feeling the wind, pick up underneath the fabric. That can be experiencing, okay, what is it like to just slow down? If you're feeling angry, you can put on a wrathful Buddha, like a big, angry, almost like a samurai helmet, right? You can imagine putting that on as a little kid and channeling your feelings into there. So no matter where we approach the practice, the door that opens for me is how can I find the parts of myself that are true in the stories that we are weaving together? And so as we think on the medicine Buddha, as we open up our hearts and our, practice to getting some care or some protection, some holding from the medicine Buddha, I invite everybody just to take a deep breath in and out and take a second to arrive at your seat. Notice whether you're sitting, standing, moving. Notice the weight of your clothes against you, the temperature of the air around you. Perhaps you might notice where you feel your breath today. It could be floating in the nostrils, you notice it in the throat. Perhaps you notice the lungs gently filling, expanding the rib cage and releasing. Or perhaps today you feel your breath all the way down in your belly. Maybe finding an opportunity to loosen the stomach, relax the skin, the low back. Wherever we notice our breath, just taking a moment to arrive with it, not forcing it to change or even slow down, but you just notice. How am I showing up right now? What can this breath teach me about what I need? We might take a moment, just continuing to breathe, perhaps letting the gaze relax or the eyes fall closed, loosening the jaw if possible, letting the ears or letting the shoulders drop away from the ears. We might imagine ourselves standing in front of the ocean. The waves are gently rolling in and out at our feet. We're not too cold. You can feel the wind rolling over the forearms, the skin, on the cheek. Perhaps you hear the water. As we breathe in and out, as we approach this end of year, new year, there's no need to get swept up in the rush of some sort of new beginning. We might take the opportunity to dive deeper into these renewal cycles that are already happening, the birth and death of every moment. And so as we breathe in with the waves in front of us, we imagine breathing in all the air from the skies. It fills the body. And as we breathe out, our breath is the wind flowing over the waves. And so we'll take a few breaths in like this, breathing in. You might imagine the tide coming in, our breath filling from the skies, and breathing out, sending the tide back to the seas. Take a few breaths like this on your own timing. Letting the whole sky wash through your body with breath. And with your release of wind, letting go of anything that might be ready to let go of. The tides draw in. They return to the ocean. They draw in. And return to the ocean. And on your next deep inhale, allow that whole sky to fill your body. And on the exhale, let it wash over the waves, blowing like wind. And then let your breath return to normal. Perhaps blinking the eyes open a little, bringing a little motion to the body. And just taking a few breaths with your space that you're in right now, with our little virtual medicine Buddha land. We start to invite the medicine Buddha into our practice, into this space with us. And we'll move into our opening mantra of Om Menla Sangye Kino Soha, which is in the chat as well. Medicine Buddha, I pray that you know and look upon me now, is Lama Rod's translation. And he always encourages folks to remember that kino, the like verb basically of that sentence, you can translate to whatever you need. So whatever you need today, take a moment to perhaps even say it out loud before we do the chant. Ask the medicine Buddha for what you might need in this coming year. You know, that could sound like, Medicine Buddha, I pray that you hold me through this. whatever it is, regardless of your prayers, those will all be read out. But take a moment for yourself. What do you need? On this new moon, this black moon is this one that's called this dark night. I We have to take it upon ourselves to conjure up the light that we need as it slowly returns. And so we can ask for it together. And so we'll go through the mantra. We'll start with one long Om, and then we'll do the mantra 3 times and end with one long Om. If it's your first time, just jump on in. No one can hear you. So feel free. Whatever you do, do it all the way. Listening, singing, chanting, switching between the two. Just follow yourself. Om. 옴 멜라 상게 기뇨 소하 옴 멜라 상게 기뇨 소하 옴 멜라 상게 기뇨 소하 오. Deep breath in, let it all go. You might take a moment to bring your awareness into your heart space. As we breathe in and out, you might imagine a soft blue light starts to fill the heart space, warming your body. You breathe in, the light grows, filling you. You breathe out. It reaches down to each part of the body. In this little space of blue light, the medicine Buddha arises. You can let that energy arise with the light. You can imagine a little medicine Buddha in your heart space, whatever feels good today. We take our invitation and allow our beloveds, our protectors, our ancestors to arrive in the space with us. As we all just gently bathe in this breath, this light together. You know, a new moon in the deep of winter is no time to have to do anything in a hurry or in a big rush. It's the end of that time. It's a time for pause, to sit down and take stock. And so today we just do that. We simply take stock. Where pain arises, we might, instead of judging it, just take that as an indicator of where to direct our care, where we might ask for help from the medicine Buddha, our ancestors, our guides, whoever we call upon, the earth herself, the moon. It's been really gray in Chicago, and we had a bit of sun today, and even though it was 40 degrees, I was outside as if it was 80 degrees. So if you want to call on the sun to remind you of the warmth, that's a great energy to bring into. And we'll move into our main mantra practice. We'll chant the main mantra, I'll read the prayers, and then we'll chant one more time. Karen, if you could try, could you make me co-host so I could put back on live sound so that we can hear the drum? And then if not, no worries, we'll just do it a
You're
cappella.
co-host. You're a
Oh, I'm
co-host.
co-host. Perfect. Thank you. All right, we'll go a cappella. We'll move through our mantra for a few minutes here, really diving in. My invitation, as always through this practice, is to really just let the sounds carry you. We chant not as a way to, make the perfect sounds or make the perfect melody, but as a way to let go, to release into the reality that these, syllables have been chanted for hundreds and hundreds of years by people just like us, yearning to get free, trying to figure out what they need to do to heal, to move through the days, and to find the light again and again, and to sink into the darkness as well, to take it all in stride. So take a few moments, again, check in with your body. Are you comfortable? Are you in a position that feels sustainable? Has that shifted? And we'll move through our mantra of Tayata, Om Bekanse, Maha Bekanse, Radsa Samungate Soha, which, like this, I pray for the end of pain and suffering and the root of pain and suffering, and I release the energy of this prayer onto all the world so that we may all be liberated. Again, we chant, as Lama Rod reminds us, at the heart of all this engine is that yearning for all beings to be free. And so with that kind of prayer, we move into our mantra. In, let it all go. Ayata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha Tayyata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha Tayyata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha Ayata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha Tayyata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha Tayyata beknze beknze mahabeknze raza samgate soha 다이아다운백세 백세 마하백세 라드아삼가테소하 다이아다운백세 백세 마하백세 Razasamgatesoha, we're gonna speed up. Taya taum begnze, begnze, maha begnze. Razasamgatesoha, taya taum begnze, begnze, maha begnze. Razasamgatesoha. 다이아다 운백세 백세 마백세 라사사문가대소하 다이아다 운백세 백세 마백세 라사사문가대소하 아이야다 운백세 백세 마백세 라자삼가대소하 breathe in 아이야다 운백세 백세 마백세 라자삼가테소하 아이야다 운베 백세 마백세 라자삼가테소하 Deep breath in and let it out slow. With this offering of our chant, our song, our mantra floods the 10 directions. It pours out of us and returns back into the emptiness of every single space, just like the waves flowing back out into the ocean. And we move into our communal prayers. With this same expansive net that we cast. Prayers for all the lonely people, especially this time of year. Prayers for Palestine and Palestinians everywhere. Prayers for Colleen, Jamie, and Jace with their medical mysteries. Prayers that Jessie will find space for her OCD and depression. Prayers for myself and all beings everywhere. May we be gentle with ourselves in 2025, and may we be filled with compassion for ourselves and others. May we all live in peace. Prayers for Scott that his surgery and recovery go smoothly. Prayers for Grace and Betsy that they find a way to stay here. Prayers for continued recovery of my left hip so that I can sit with ease. Prayers for liberation from resistance to change. Prayers for Faith, her family, friends, and community. Prayers for all feeling abandoned and alone. Prayers that R and I lead forward by connecting to and finding our joy. Prayers that I am the best mom for R and am everything she needs. Prayers that R has a full and wonderful life, full of connections, love, and discovery. Prayers that Project 2025 does not begin in any material way, and that seedlings of love grow and crowd out the hate, rendering it forgotten. Prayers for myself, to find clarity about my work and my health. I need to find balance, and whatever else it takes to stand up to a powerful bureaucracy. Prayers for Patrick, who is taking on another round of fighting cancer. May he feel loved. Prayers of gratitude to this community, the amazing helpers, and Lama Rod. Prayers for Mary O'Brien. Prayers for Mark. Prayers for Alyssa. Prayers for Kelly and Renee. Prayers for Sharon June for her grief. Prayers for trans and queer people rejected by their families during this holiday season. Prayers for my nephew Barrick in South Carolina. Prayers for my father-in-law as he continues to recover from an extended stay in the ICU. Prayers for my niece that she may grow up in a world full of kindness, compassion, and community. Prayers for a long, deep remission from cancer. Prayers for me to step into my power. Prayers for M and R, may they experience healing and freedom. Prayers for Dorothy and her family and friends. Prayers for my mom who is healing from a stroke. Prayers for all who suffer from addictive patterns of all kinds, and prayers for my recovery communities. May we be released from compulsion and suffering, and may we experience liberation and serenity. Prayers for those experiencing houselessness, food insecurity, or other forms of suffering related to not having their basic needs met. May all beings be housed, fed, have clean water, and be safe. Prayers for the people of Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Sudan, and the Congo, and the Ukraine. Prayers for help with depression, CPTSD, and learning to thrive fabulously. Prayers for N's Auntie S, who's battling cancer. Prayers for Y, who is in crisis. Prayers for S, who needs more resources to meet their basic needs. Prayers for CB's step teen P, who is dealing with FASD and using substances. Prayers for myself as I navigate grief and chronic health issues. Prayers for my friend Stacy, who had a biopsy today which looks clear. May that initial reading be true, and may she enjoy recovering with this good news. Prayers for insight as to how to heal the neuropathy in my feet and how to deal with the discomfort in the meantime. Prayers for all beings in our world navigating fear, loss, and anxiety about what is happening and what is yet to come in all these terrible world conflicts and in our broken political system. May we all feel loved. May we feel space in our hearts to love others and especially to offer that love to ourselves. Prayers for my church community, that we may find a way to finance all the various programs for the larger community based in justice love. Prayers for healing my broken heart, to open it for more love. Prayers for S, to find compassion and allow release from entrapment. May all involved get their needs met and receive the learning and healing they need and be free. Prayers for those sleeping outside. May they find warmth and safety. Prayers for Sarah and her mental health. May she be happy, well, and safe. Prayers for Arthur, that he may recover from his recent health challenges, that he may continue to enjoy a long, fulfilling life surrounded by his beloveds. Prayers for my beloveds, may they be safe and held. May those lost find their way. May those searching find time to slow down and see what they have within and without. May we all live lives that are abundantly comprised of the causes and conditions for liberation, joy, ease, and connection. And may we seek to and move towards the eradication of the causes and conditions for suffering, oppression, ignorance, turning away. All of these prayers we offer up to our ancestors, to the medicine Buddha. We gently lay them at their feet for them to receive, to hold, and to help us work towards the fruition of these prayers. And so we'll move back into the mantra And briefly, a few times, just like before. We'll just do it slow. And then we'll end with one more mantra before our Shantideva prayer and checking in. That other mantra I'll put in the chat, so no stress to you, Karen. Okay, so take another breath in, check in with yourself. How's your posture feeling? Do you need water? Do you need to move? Are you here right now? If you are, hello, let's greet this body. If you're not, an invitation to come on back. And if you don't feel ready to come on back, a spot that's just held for you without pressure or timing. Wherever you are right now, just breathe in and out, letting our prayers saturate this space. We'll move through that same mantra of Teata Om Bekanse, Maha Bekanse, Ratsa Samungate Soha. Again, creating the engine we need, right? Whatever we need, call it in with this breath. Om Teata Om Bekanse Maha Bekanse Raza Samungate Soha Teata Umbeknze Beknze Mahabeknze Radha Samgate Soha Dayada Umbeknze Beknze Mahabeknze Raza Samungate Soha Dayada Umbeknze Beknze Mahabeknze Raza Samgate Soha Dayada Umbeknze Beknze Mahabeknze Raza Samgate Soha Ayata Umbeknze Beknze Mahabeknze Raza Samgate Soha. You might take a moment to connect with some place on your body, whether it's your lap, you know, your palms at the heart space, or just bringing your awareness into your body. We're going to take a few breaths together. Really focusing on the vibration we can generate. So we'll take a deep breath in, and then we'll hum on the out breath. So I'll show y'all once. I'm going to breathe in. And you can either hum or you could do a loud om, whichever you feel feels good. Om. Just like that. So we're going to do that 3 times together. And as we do it, I invite you to imagine the vibrations, the physical sound waves we're casting off, really soaking into the land, into the skies, kind of coming out of every pore. And this will be our final little sonic offering out to all the Buddhas, to the medicine Buddha. We don't need to do any of this. They'll hear our prayers regardless. But it's an act of, for me, agency, remembering that I can choose to pray joyously, expansively. I can choose to practice, whatever word feels good to you, steadfast in the face of it all. Regardless of things that feel hard, there are choices I can make, and there is a powerful net I can cast because I am all of us, right? My prayer is this combined, what, we're 71 right now, just in the live space. There's more earlier, there'll be more later. This engine is not just in my heart, it is all of our collective, you know, yearning, moving towards liberation. It's day 5 of Kwanzaa, Nia, purpose. This purpose for this practice is the liberation of all beings. And so we'll take 3 breaths in, 3 ohms or hums out, really just casting out our intention. Nothing, no story deeper than that, just casting out. So take a clearing breath in and out. We'll breathe in together. Om. Deep breath in. Everything out. Deep breath in. Everything out. Om. Let your breath return to normal. Just take a few breaths here. We're gonna borrow from beautiful chorus for our mantra to close us out. We've offered our voice to our ancestors, our beloveds, and in particular, this practice, this ending mantra of I feel peace near, I am safe here, which we'll kind of sing. I invite you to imagine all of your guides, your beloveds, singing this to you as they're offering back to us. And so as a practice, we can put on, no matter how loaded that word of safe can be, how illusory safety can be as a concept, there is still part of us that we can ground into at any time that is safe, at peace. Perhaps we need the help of others, that's fine. But there is grounding to be had. And so as we move through this final mantra before our closing prayer, we kind of close out the year together with this idea. What do I need for this to be true for every living being? And how can I just let those who have it pour into me when I need to be poured into? And so I'll sing and you can join in. We'll do this just for a few minutes. I feel peace near. I am safe here. I feel peace near. I feel peace near. I am safe here. 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 And as this song washes over us, any visualizations, any ancestors or guides that have come that we'd like to wash away, we can let those dissolve into light. We can keep whoever else we need around us around us. And we just take a moment to notice how we feel. What do I need right now? Can I trust that even though parts of me feel scared or angry, the reality is there is also peace and safety. I am all of it. We are all of it. And so we move into our Shantideva prayer as a kind of final vow with each other. We will repeat this 3 times. Really, with that same, expansive cosmic fishing pole of a prayer, we send it out into every direction. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world. Until everyone is healed, just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. And finally, may I be a protector for those without protection, a leader for those who journey, in a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures, and until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Ashe. We dedicate the merit of this practice to the liberation of all being. May any connection felt, any insight gained, any grief moved through serve our rest, serve our revolutionary action, and our commitment towards liberation. Um, a final announcement before I open it up to y'all. I'll be doing a New Year's Eve little sound bath and cleanse tomorrow. We were gonna get some bells today, but my like original sound settings turned off after the music, so we didn't get any bells. So if you'd like to come hear a nice sound bath tomorrow at noon Central, I'm the cash link that Karen posted is also my Instagram, so you can find me there or here for all my links and events. Otherwise, I appreciate y'all so much for beautiful practice. Thank you, Karen, for lovely tech hosting. I'm going to end the recording now. Bye to folks online watching later.